A new year can be the start to becoming an even better you, but when it comes to eating better, it can be tough to know where to begin. Amanda Hellman is a dietitian at Dean Clinic, and she joins us now with some advice. So happy New Year to you.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. So a lot of people making these resolutions to, eat better, be better. Right. But where do you start?
Well, I think the first place to start is making sure that your goal is SMART. So making sure it's specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. So rather than saying, I want to lose weight this year, put some parameters on it. I want to lose 10 pounds by March 15th, and I'm going to do that by X, Y, and Z. That way you can really hold yourself accountable to those micro goals.
And have a plan to get there.
Have a plan, yep, yep.
Now, it also doesn't mean, just because you're eating healthy doesn't mean you have to cut everything out of your diet, right? It's all about portion control.
Portion control and moderation. I think if we fall into the trap of saying, oh, I'm never going to eat sweets again, we're going to be making the same resolutions again next year. So, all foods fit in moderation. There's some models here showing proper portion control, and even setting up your plates properly will help us feel more satisfied and enjoy our meals more. I even put out some cheesecake here because that fits too.
So can you tell us a little bit more about the portion size here? How much do you have of certain types of foods?
Sure. So we use the plate method now, which is really, this is kind of a neat product, but this plate actually splits the plate up into half, and so I've got half of it filled with non-starchy vegetables, about 3 ounces of lean meat, and it doesn't have to be just chicken breast. It can be a variety of meats. That's important too. And a small portion of grains, preferably whole grains.
Okay.
A couple tips here. 3 ounces of meat is about the size of a woman's palm or a deck of cards.
Okay.
So you can use that if you...
So as you're cooking, that's easy to kind of compare to. Okay.
Yep. Or if you're out, ordering off a menu, you can kind of estimate how much you have. A teaspoon of butter is about the tip of your thumb. A tablespoon, let's say, of peanut butter, if you're making a sandwich in the morning, is about your whole thumb.
That's a hard part, to limit yourself on the peanut butter.
It is, yep. Fruit should be about the size of a tennis ball. So sometimes you see these big apples, and that's actually more than one serving. And not to say that that's bad, but I think it's good to have a reference point. A serving of fruit is about the size of a tennis ball or a light bulb.
Okay, so as long as you have something to kind of compare it to. And then what are these? So you have a glass of milk and it looks like apple juice. Do you have to have both, or?
I do. I brought these because you don't have to. This would be 8 ounces of milk, which would be a serving, and this is 4 ounces of juice. I think it's important to remember that there's just as much sugar in juice as there is soda. So if you're going to have juice, make sure you're limiting your portion size. This glass is kind of nice because it actually has 8 ounces and 4 ounces marked on it, so when you're pouring, you can really control your portion sizes.
All right, well, very good to know. Amanda, thank you so much for being with us. We do have a couple of those points that you had made for up here on your screen. So tips to eat healthier, like Amanda was saying, set realistic and relevant goals, make them SMART, plan them out, and be specific. And if we move on to the next page, plan ahead. Like she was saying, if you do something like if you want to lose 10 pounds, set a date by March 15th and write down how you're going to do it. Then also, of course, you want to stick with it. And number 6, make a list of reasons about why you want to set these resolutions in the first place. So Amanda, thank you again.
You're welcome.